Grade 2 secondary, Salahuddin Secondary School, Unit 6, workbook, pages from 26 to 28, prepared by Yasser Abuaita. Make sentences using comparative or superlative forms. Number A, climbing, dangerous, cycling, dangerous, the world. Climbing is more dangerous than cycling. Climbing is the most dangerous sport in the world. Number B, Pacific Ocean, deep, Indian Ocean, deep, the world. I'll give you some times to answer it. The answer is the Pacific Ocean is deeper than the Indian Ocean. The Pacific Ocean is the deepest ocean in the world. Number C, Nile, long, Mississippi, long, the world. The Nile is longer than the Mississippi. The Nile is the longest river in the world. Number D, Mount Everest, high, Mount Kilimanjaro, high, the world. Mount Everest is higher than Mount Kilimanjaro. Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the world. Number 2, find and correct the mistakes in the following sentences. Find and correct the mistakes in the following sentences. That's the least interesting book I have ever read. That's the least interesting book I have ever read. The correct one must be that's the least interesting book I have ever read. That's the least interesting book I have ever read. Number B, the most tall building in our city is the central bank. The most tall building in our city is the central bank. It must be the tallest building in our city is the central bank. The tallest building in our city is the central bank. Number C, English is more easier to learn than Chinese. English is more easier to learn than Chinese. It must be English is easier to learn than Chinese. English is easier, not more easier. English is easier to learn than Chinese. Number 3, ask questions using these words and the correct superlatives. Ask questions using these words and the correct superlatives. The words are old, building, your town. Old, building, your town. The question is, what is the oldest building in your town? What is the oldest building in your town? Number B, big city, your country. Big city, your country. The question must be, what is the biggest city in your country? What is the biggest city in your country? Number C, beautiful building, your town. Beautiful building, your town. The answer must be, the question must be, what is the most beautiful building in your town? What is the most beautiful building in your town? Number D, popular food, your family. Popular food, your family. The answer must be, the question must be, what is the most popular food in your family? What is the most popular food in your family? Now answer the questions in exercise 3. Any answer is acceptable. Here some examples. The oldest building in my town is the museum. The oldest building in my town is the museum. The biggest city in my country is Cairo. The biggest city in my country is Cairo. The most beautiful building in my town is the main mosque. The most beautiful building in my town is the main mosque. The most beautiful building in my town is the main mosque. The most popular food in my family is chicken with rice. The most popular food in my family is chicken with rice. Match these words from A to F with their meanings from 1 to 6. Challenge is something difficult or new that needs effort or skill. Challenge is something difficult or new that needs effort or skills. Conquer. Conquer means get control over a problem or a feeling. Get control over a problem or a feeling. Lifelong. Lifelong. Lifelong is continuing through your whole life. Continuing through your whole life. Professional. Professional means doing a sport or activity as your job. Doing a sport or activity as your job. Slightly. Slightly. A little. Slightly means a little. Toddler. Toddler. Toddler is a child who had just started walking. A child who had just started walking. Complete these sentences with the words from exercise 1. Number A. I don't remember what it was like being a toddler. It was so long ago. Number B. Ola's cousin is a tennis player and plays in competitions all over the world. Ola's cousin is a tennis player and plays in competitions all over the world. Ola's cousin is a professional tennis player. He is a professional tennis player and plays in competitions all over the world. My brother has had a wish to be a doctor. My brother has had a wish to be a doctor. My brother has had a lifelong wish to be a doctor. My brother has had a lifelong wish to be a doctor. Climbing would be a real for me. I don't like heights. Climbing would be a real for me. I don't like heights. Climbing would be a real challenge for me. Climbing would be a real challenge for me. I don't like heights. Number E. I can't swim. I wish I could. My fear of water. I can't swim. I wish I could. My fear of water. I can't swim. I wish I could conquer my fear of water. I can't swim. I wish I could conquer my fear of water. Number F, I am only cold. You don't have to turn off the fan. I am only cold. You don't have to turn off the fan. I am only slightly cold. I am only slightly cold. You don't have to turn off the fan. Number 3, which of these sentences are facts and which are opinions? For each opinion sentence, write a fact. Number A, it's an opinion sentence. I think that mountaineers are incredibly brave people. The fact 1, mountaineers need to be very fit. Number B, Sir Edmund Hillary was the first man to climb Mount Everest. Sir Edmund Hillary was the first man to climb Mount Everest. Is a fact sentence. I think that the Red Sea is the most beautiful sea in the world. I think that the Red Sea is the most beautiful sea in the world. Is it a fact or an opinion? It's an opinion. Okay. What is the fact sentence about the Red Sea? Okay. Here an example. The Red Sea is the warmest sea in the world. The Red Sea is the warmest sea in the world. Number D. It's possible to climb mountains without oxygen. It's possible to climb mountains without oxygen. Is it fact or an opinion? It's a fact sentence. Okay, number E. To me, it's an opinion sentence. It's my opinion. Mount Everest looks like a frightening mountain. To me, Mount Everest looks like a frightening mountain. It's an opinion sentence. I think so. Yes. Okay, what is the fact 1? It can be most people climb Mount Everest from Nepal. Most people climb Mount Everest from Nepal. Number F. Children should be taught to swim when they are very young. Children should be taught to swim when they are very young. Is it a fact or an opinion? Okay, it's an opinion sentence. The answer will be, for example, 1 in 5 British adults can't swim. 1 in 5 British adults can't swim. Number G. We think that it's wrong to build a factory so near the park. We think that it's an opinion or a fact? It's an opinion. We think that it's wrong to build a factory so near the park. It's an opinion sentence. The fact sentence can be factories can cause pollution. Factories can cause pollution. Number H. The Nile is the longest river in Africa. It's a fact. The Nile is the longest river in Africa. Read about the apostrophe. Then insert the missing apostrophes in this email to a friend. Apostrophes are used for 2 reasons. Number 1, to show that something belongs to or is related to someone. To show that something belongs to or is related to someone. This is Ahmed's house. This is the house which belongs to Ahmed. To show that, number 2, to show that A letter or letters are missing. Apostrophes are often used in short verb forms. Ahmed's my best friend. You'd like him. Ahmed is my best friend. You would like him. You would like him. B. Write in the 5 apostrophes missing in the email below. Number 2. Put the sentences in the email into the correct order. Sentence number 1. Here I am in South Africa and I love it. I am writing to tell you about something I did yesterday that I am very proud of. It really made my day. Number 2. What happened was I went up in a hot air balloon with my family. We took off at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so the sun wasn't too hot. Number 3. The flight lasted nearly 2 hours. It was amazing seeing the animals below us. We even saw our pilot's house. Number 4. Suddenly, out of the blue, the wind started to blow us towards some trees. I thought we were about to hit them, but the pilot told us to keep our heads. He said that everything would be okay. Number 5. He was right, of course, and we were safe, but it was a close call. Number 6. You should try going up in a balloon. You'd love it. Number 7. See you soon, Peter. Okay, number 3. Read the email again and find the following. Number A. 4 idioms. Out of the blue. Keep our heads. Made my day. A close call. Number B. Language and expressions that show it is informal. Language and expressions that show it is informal. Hi, I am writing. Everything would be okay. I love it. I am very proud of. You'd love it. Finally, write an email to a friend. A. Plan your email using the notes you made in exercise 3 of your student's book. Think of a first and last sentence. Think clearly about the order of events in your story. B. Write your email in 120 to 140 words. Read what you have written very carefully. Correct any grammar and spelling mistakes. Check that you have used apostrophes in the right places. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening to me.